Hi, I'm Jerry James Stone and you're watching Cooking Stone. On today's episode, I'm going to make this apple and cheddar garden burger. Now the thing with this combination, the reason I wanted to do something with it is because growing up, I think I've mentioned this before, growing up I always used to go to Apple Hill. I grew up in Sacramento, California, and every fall we would go to Apple Hill, which is just, you know, filled with like apple fritters, apple butter, apple cider, like all these like fresh foods and drinks just made from apples, because it's just tons and tons of apple orchards. And one of my favorites was you get this hot slice of apple pie with like just a slice of cheddar cheese melted over the top of it, which seems kind of weird, like apple pie and cheddar cheese, but once I had that, I was so in love with it. It was just a great combination, and I kind of wanted to pay a little bit of a tribute to that. I love that combo, outside of just drinking wine and having apples and cheese to snack on. So this garden burger is sort of a throwback to that. I think you're gonna like it. So the first thing we're gonna do here is saute our onions, kind of actually fry them actually. We want to bring all the moisture out, sort of caramelize them a bit, and then let them get a little bit crispy. Not all the way crispy, you don't want them completely black, but just, you know, just a little bit. So that's our first step here. I love this sound of like sauteing onions. It just, I don't know. You know yumminess is gonna happen when you do it. They're starting to get kind of nice and brown there, so I'm just gonna add a splash more oil. Just a little bit. And then I'm gonna add in my other ingredients, which are the Serrano chili and some fresh garlic. And that's looking pretty much ready to go. Let's move on to our next steps. We're gonna go ahead and add our sauteed ingredients to a large mixing bowl. And our tablespoon of fresh thyme. Let's add in our salt. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our cup of rice and our ground oats, and we're gonna go puree this, run this through the food processor, and make it nice and pasty, so it'll help keep everything together. So let me go do that. Now we're gonna add in our cubed cheese. So the reason I cubed this instead of shredding it is because when you make the veggie burgers, I want to have those sort of bursts of sharp cheese, and this will kind of help that a little bit. So add the rice and the oat flour there. And now we're just gonna work it in with our hands. You could use a spoon, but really it's just easier to do with your hands. It's really gross, but it is easier. So it's gonna work that in. And then we'll chop up our apples and work in the apples, and also work in the breadcrumbs, and this will be ready. This will be a really amazing fall veggie burger with the cheese and the apple. I mean, you can't really go wrong. Now we're gonna work in our apples. I do this at the last moment because, well, apples turn brown, as you know, when you cut them. So I wanna wait to deal with them before I don't want them to be brown. Yeah, even though I'm gonna fry it, just it's an aesthetic thing. So work the apples in. Let's add in our cup of breadcrumbs. Let's not add the whole bag. Go ahead and work that in. Once again, you can use a spoon if you don't want to get your hands dirty, but you're gonna have to touch these anyway, because you kind of have to compress the veggie burgers. I mean, you're gonna have to roll them up in a ball and then flatten them out to fry them. So you're gonna get messy anyway, you might as well start now. Besides, it's more fun, right? Okay, so that is more or less combined. And next I'm gonna roll out the veggie burgers. Now let's just go ahead and fry these babies up. That sharp cheddar cheese is starting to melt. Looks great. It's gonna be tasty. Enjoy.